Hi YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It is April 6th. We got a few NBA games on today's slate. Last night we absolutely dominated. We went 5-2, and one of those 5 wins was a 3-team teaser, which was like plus 200 odds. So we made some absolute units last night. We had the Rockets plus 17.5. I told you guys in yesterday's video, I said, you know what? I might just be a psycho and take this game. Boom, 17.5 cashes. We had the Hornets plus 6. They hung in for quite some time during that game, but now that's 2 games in a row where the Hornets hang, and then all of a sudden late in the game, it's like, yeah, no, we gave up and we're done. We're going to lose by 1,000,000 points. That one didn't come through. Garrison Matthews under 9.5 points. Easy cash. Jared Vanderbilt under 7.5 boards. I think he finished with 8 the last time I checked. Either way, that did not cash. And then we had Greg Brown of the Trailblazers under 6.5 boards. Easy cash. We had the teaser of the Thunder plus 1.5, Rockets plus 23, and Wizards plus 18.5. Easy. I shouldn't say easy because the Thunder, with like a couple minutes left, were actually losing by a few points. They come back and win the game. And then we had the ride of the day. The ride of the day comes through for us. Chris Middleton over 4.5 assists. And when I say easy cash, Garrison Matthews or Greg Brown maybe were the least sweats that we had last night. But this Chris Middleton over 4.5 coming in from Drake here. We'll show up the shout out there. Drake with the ride of the day. Chris Middleton over 4.5. That was not sweaty at all. Easy cash there. So 5-2 last night. And again, one of those was the plus money teaser. Great night last night. I'm very excited to keep going here because we have been really hot, with the exclusion of, I think, 2 days ago and then 1 day in late March. But we have been on fire here. So hopefully we keep that going. I tell you guys all the time, I am a dummy, but you know, if we're hot, we're hot, you know, shoot or shoot. But we have plenty to get into today, guys. We go through each and every game on the slate. I give you my lean. I give you what I'm thinking. I give you what I'm thinking about the game and everything like that. But make sure to keep an eye on the pinned comment. That is where my final plays will be. And we do have a car video today, if I haven't already made that clear by being in my car. We do have a car video today, but move the steering wheel down if it helps at all. We're out in the Dunkin' Donuts parking lot right now, so we're grinding. Yum. Yeah, go through each and every game on the slate, guys. I give you my lean, but my final plays will be in the pinned comment. That pinned comment is going to have the Discord link, which is where I explain all of my player prop rationale and player prop research. We're approaching 1,000 people in the Discord. It's an awesome place for you guys to connect with each other, throw some bet ideas around, and get some really good insights. So make sure to check out that Discord link. There's also going to be a link to become a baller. A baller is a member of a channel, guys. $2.99 gets you some exclusive access to some things on the site. You'll have exclusive posts. You get a logo next to your name. You get some exclusive emojis that only the ballers can use. And like I've said over and over again, I'm keeping myself honest by putting it in multiple videos. We have big plans to involve the ballers in some video content on the channel as well. And at the end of the day, $2.99, it's probably the best way you guys can show your true support. And we also have merch that I will link in the description as well. But, you know, we're still working on the true announcement there for me to get my final samples in, but we do have some awesome merch coming out very soon, some of the Fade Meat collection. But that's how the pinned comment's going to work. Discord, there's going to be the join link, the Discord, and then my final plays will be at the bottom of the pinned comment. I update my final plays throughout the day with all my spread plays and player props and anything I'm rolling with. I'm very transparent to show you guys what I'm rolling with. But yeah, 5-2 last night with a big plus money winner in there. Let's jump into tonight. We're starting it off with the Pistons hosting the Dallas Mavericks here. The Pistons are getting 9 points in this one. In their last 10 games, the Pistons are 8-2 against the spread, and on the road, they're 5-0. They are sadly at home. They're still 3-2 against the spread, but they've been a really good road cover team. The Mavericks, however, 2-4 on the road against the spread. This Pistons team has really wowed a lot of people. I would say that, you know, you can make the argument that they've kind of, cooled off a little bit. And when I say cooled off, I mean in terms of covering. You know, they've covered 5 straight. There was a time this year where they're covering 8 straight. They covered 9 straight. So saying cooled off, I'm not taking away from anything they've done, but the teams that they've covered against in the last 2 games, Indiana and OKC, it's like, okay, I'm not giving you too much credit for that. But that sounds like I'm being negative towards the Pistons. I do still think that we lean Pistons here. This Dallas team covering really well as well. I'll give them credit. But 9 points late in the year, you're going to start to see a big trend with me and then probably other people that do similar videos on YouTube. These big points at the end of the year are going to be too good to pass up. So Pistons here, +9. Because I honestly believe, people say, oh, well, they're going to tank. They're going to do this. Yeah, you might tank, but you're going to end up playing guys that normally wouldn't get minutes, and those guys are going to go balls to the wall. So if you have big numbers like yesterday, the Rockets, 17.5, how are we not going to pass, or how are we going to pass up on that? So Pistons +9, I do like this. It might not be a final play, I'll be completely honest, because this Dallas team is just as hot as this Pistons team. In their last 10, this Dallas team is 6-4 against the spread. And like I said, they're 2-4 on the road. So all those losses against spread have come on the road. They're on the road tonight, so a little battle of Texas here, but not really on the road, obviously, in the same state. So we're going to lean Pistons here, +9. But just keep an eye on some of these underdog teams, because while the general mindset and the easy conclusion to jump to is, oh, well, they're going to tank, they're not going to care, they're not going to try. Yes, they're starters. You might bench some older players. You might bench your normal starters. But you have guys in the roster that team is going to try and feel out, and those guys are going to try. So it goes both ways. You know, we're going to do these videos all the way through the finals and everything like that. But don't discount teams that are tanking. That's all I'm saying. So we're going to lean Pistons there, +9. I don't know if it makes a final play, but we're going to lean Pistons, +9. Next up, we have the Knicks hosting the Nets. Little battle. We have 2 in-state battles to start the video here. Knicks getting 7.5 points here, or 7 points at home. Keep an eye on the Brooklyn injury report here. You know, Kyrie and Kevin Durant, almost forgot his name for a second. Kyrie and Kevin Durant, both not listed on the injury report, but this is a back-to-back spot for Brooklyn. So, you know, some of these teams that are higher up in their conferences could just be like, you know what? Yeah, we don't really need to play them tonight, or one of them, or something like that. So keep an eye on this injury report. New York's still going to be without Julius Randle. Nerlens Noel is also downgraded to out. I think, you know, this is probably a stay-away game if you don't have any of the 2 guys of Kyrie Irving or Kevin Durant. But even if one of them plays, I do think that I lean Brooklyn in this spot. This New York team without Julius Randle, I just don't trust, especially going against a team like Brooklyn, who is absolutely a powerhouse, even with just one of those guys. New York's 2-3 or 2-1 in their last 3 games, only beating Orlando, and they smushed Orlando. I'll be completely honest, but I'm still leaning Brooklyn. I'm gonna go with the better team here in this one, with the caveat that I was gonna say Jason Tatum. Yikes! With the caveat that Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, one of them plays. Next up, we have my Boston Celtics taking on the Chicago Bulls. Bulls on a back-to-back here. This Bulls team, you know, we've been on the roller coaster all season long, and it's been pretty crazy. Bulls coming off that back-to-back loss last night against the Milwaukee Bucks, in which they're getting 7 points, and they did not cover, lost by 21. Celtics coming off 2 wins. Indiana, which I was at the game, and Washington here. They did not cover against Indiana. That was a close game. Easily covered against Washington. In terms of injuries, Tatum is probable, Brown is probable, and Al Horford is probable. Stauskas is out, not a big deal, and Robert Williams is still out here. Zach LaVine on the Chicago side of things is questionable. I'm leaning Celtics all day long if we have our guys. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Al Horford. Those 3 are going to be a big deal in terms of, you know, whether or not we ride the Celtics tonight. I do like the spot for them. They're on the road. I get it. But I think the fact that you're able to come in here and face a Bulls team that is absolutely dwindling, and you get them on the back-to-back, I think it's a great spot. In the last 5 games, Celtics are 4-1 on the road as well against the spread. So I think it's a good spot for them. Guys, before we get to the rest of the video, I'm going to ask you guys to please hit that subscribe button, like this video as well. It does so much for the channel, and it costs nothing for you guys to do. We're really trying to grind and give you guys the best, content that we have. I'm not always going to be right with my picks, but I keep it absolutely 100% transparent with you guys, and hopefully you guys can appreciate and enjoy that. So I would appreciate it if you're new, hit that subscribe button. Even if you don't usually subscribe to YouTube channels, hit that subscribe button. And also like the video, and then use hashtag ride of the day in the comments if you have a play that you guys want me to jump on board with. Last night, our ride of the day hit. Hopefully we can keep that streak going. So hashtag ride of the day in the comments, and that will be something I'm looking at throughout the day to see if there's any good rides there that I can jump on board with. You guys get a shout out in tomorrow's video that we hopefully will be back at the normal setup, not in the car. We'll get a shout out in tomorrow's video, win or loss, and hopefully we keep that win train going. But let's move on here. We have the Hawks 10.5 point favorites against the Wizards. The Hawks are at home, so you know that we like that. We don't love the Hawks when they're on the road. We call them the Atlanta Pigeons. But at home, they're 4-1 in their last 5 against the spread. These two teams played in early March here, and Atlanta beat them by 3 points, kept it pretty close. Atlanta, I believe, was a little banged up there, but Bradley Beal and Kyle Kuzma both out here. I wish they would just say Kyle Kuzma is out for the season. Am I going to say that in every single video? But Washington coming off of a win that, we were on the right side of there last night, beating Minnesota, who's been a red-hot team. Atlanta coming off of a tough loss. So both back-to-backs here. I like Washington in this one. Again, I'll be completely honest, I don't think this ends up being a final play. I don't like it that much. But I'm liking the double-digit spreads here. Like, Atlanta can win this game by 8, dominate the entire game, and Washington's getting 10.5 points in cover. So I'm going to lean Washington. Very, very long shot of this making a final play. But I don't like the idea of Atlanta on a back-to-back coming off of a loss to Toronto where they really had to grind that one out. Laying 11, you have to win by 11 points. So I'm going to go the underdog here. But like I said, I keep it 100% transparent with you guys. I don't love this game, so don't take what I'm saying right now and, be like, oh my God, that's the only evidence I need of taking Washington. No, there's got to be more that goes into that on your guys' end for sure. Next up, the Jazz, who got a big win last night. I think everyone and their grandmother was on Memphis, and the Jazz ended up taking the win there. Jazz 17-point favorites over the Thunder here. And do I even need to say it? The Thunder, yes, they played last night, but do I even need to say it? We're going Thunder. 17 points, ladies and gentlemen. That's just an opportunity. Like, you got to take the opportunity. If that loses, whatever. Like, we still rode with 17 points. The Jazz, who have been inconsistent as hell, have to pretty much win this game by 20 points to cover. So maybe I'm the psycho in the room, maybe I'm the dummy, but you can pretty much lock that in as a final play. Thunder plus 17, and I would love, when I see these big numbers, guys, I would love to get them in another teaser like we had last night, because we can go 6-point teaser and have them plus 23. Yikes. What good odds there. And I think that's just good value. This Thunder team, they barely have anyone playing. Like, they could use me out there with a nice flick of the wrist. But 17 points is still a huge number. And this Jazz team, it's not like the Jazz of the middle of last season. They've been struggling as of late. So I'm going with the Thunder here. You could pretty much book that in. Maybe I'm the dummy. I'm going Thunder plus 17 because that number is just so large. This Jazz team, by the way, 2-7-1 in their last 10 games against the spread. Thunder, 8-2 against the spread, 4-0 on the road in their last 4. So, yeah, we're rolling with a rumbling, covering Thunder team that has somehow made us some money. I think it's Thunder, Hornets, Warriors, and Bulls. Those 4 teams have made us plenty of money this year, and I don't understand how the Thunder are in that conversation. But, it's what it is, I guess. So moving on to the last game of the night, we have the Clippers getting 3 points here at home against the Phoenix Suns. The Suns have been playing decent basketball, but are 1-4 in their last 5 games here against the spread. The Clippers 3-6-1 at home. They are 2-2. This is a tough one. We're going to want to keep an eye on the injury report for the Clippers, because obviously just getting Paul George back, getting late in the year, everything like that. Keep an eye and seeing if they pull out any of their crucial players. But I look for Phoenix to bounce back in this one. They're finally looking pretty damn healthy. I think that, you could see them maybe not give as much of a damn as normal. So we are taking the favorite in that case, and that's the one negative I'll throw out there. But 3 points seems very, very doable for Phoenix. So I'm going to be leaning Phoenix there, -3. And guys, that's going to wrap it up for the prediction portion of the video. Make sure to keep an eye on that pinned comment throughout the day for all my final plays. And any player props that I add, if you want to know why I came up with that number or came up with that play, join the Discord, guys. It's super, super awesome in there. Plenty of people, plenty of great minds talking about NBA basketball and NBA bets. And we're expanding to NCAA and golf, and we'll do football, baseball, everything like that. So keep an eye on that pinned comment throughout the day and join that Discord. And guys, one last shout out to all of the ballers that support on a monthly basis. I can't thank you guys enough. For $2.99, you can show your support. But I will catch you guys in the next video. Let's keep this fire train rolling. Let's keep it going. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.